What is up, ladies and gentlemen? CJ the Cheese DJ here, and we're back with another A to Z of Ark for you guys today. And today, guys, we're taking a look at the Beelzebufo, or the frog. Now, this guy's really good. He's a really easy tame to get, really easy to kill, and he's very versatile, and he can be useful for a lot of things. Now, guys, Beelzebufos can be found in the swamp area. You can see out here, we're in the swamp at the moment. You'll pretty much find them in any swamp areas on any map. You can bowler these guys in order to tame them up. They are a simple knockout tame, so shoot them a couple of times with some trank arrows and they'll easily pass out. Do be careful, however, because if you are in close proximity to these guys, or even at a little bit of range, they can hit you with their tongue attacks and deal torpor damage, which is very, very capable of knocking you out square on your ass. So make sure you do take a bit of ease when trying to tame these guys up and you are doing it at a bit of range. You can outrun them because they don't utilize their jump ability while they're wild. If you're unable to outrun them or to bowler them, you can kite them into a trap. A simple one wide foundation with 4 door frames on each corner will suffice. With a ramp on one side, that'll easily get them up into the trap for you. You can pick them up with RGs as well, so if you want to kite them, if you want to pick them up and take them back to one of your taming traps, you can easily do so using an RG, but they're really simple to knock out. You can see here, we've just knocked out 2 of them. Granted, we do have creative mode on, but they're very easy tames to get. Like I said, traps or standing up on a high rock will definitely do the job. So I'll show you the trap real quick for you, these guys. Like I said, it's simply stone foundations. 1 foundation will do, and then all you need is a bunch of stone door frames, and just like that, you can build yourself a trap real easy. So that's all you need for the Beelzebufos. Just like that, they'll easily tame up. Like I said, though, do be careful because they do have a torpor inducing attack, which can knock you out and then eventually lead to your death. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to risk that. Nonetheless, once these guys are tamed up, they are very versatile. They are probably one of the faster creatures in the game due to them having the ability to jump. It enables them to jump off large rocks, easily outrunning the Giga, which is one of the fastest dinos in the game. It has one of the fastest base movement speeds. So you can outrun Gigas on the back of a Beelzebufo. They also deal torpor-inducing attacks, like I said, to enemy players. You can easily knock out an enemy player in 1 or 2 tongue strikes, depending on whether or not they're wearing armor. But it's very easy to knock out enemy players. You can use them to knock out tames. I wouldn't recommend it. They're very similar to the Scorpion in that their attacks do not stack. So you have to hit once, wait 10 seconds, hit again, wait 10 seconds. Very similar to that. You're much better off going about using trank arrows. But you can use weaponry on the back of them as well, which is really useful, especially if you're in caves or anything like that, and you're bringing your Beelzebufo along and you're trying to, kill some stuff. Let's say, for example, the swamp cave, which we'll actually head over to in a second, and show you guys the real good use of these guys. But the main use that you will be using these guys for is their cementing paste gathering abilities. These guys are one of the best creatures to gather cementing paste with, mainly because they convert any insects they kill into cementing paste. I have no idea where my frog has run off to. Where have you gone, buddy? That's a sleeping one? All right, new plane. Let's get in another one. So we've got this frog right here. Let's just do that so he doesn't get thingy, and we'll give him a new saddle. There we go. All right, mate, you're good to go. So like I said, these guys will grab cementing paste from killing insects, which is really effective. Oh, damn Microraptors. Now, like I was saying, killing insects will grant you cementing paste off harvesting their corpses. However, you cannot increase the amount of cementing paste you gather. Even if you increase your melee damage level, it will still be at a base rate. You can get anywhere between 0 to 8 cementing paste. Obviously, depending on the rates, that's your simple 1x rates. Oh, great. This is wonderful. So, like I was saying, for the 10 billionth time, they have the ability to harvest insect corpse into cementing paste. You can get anywhere between 0 to 8 based on 1x taming gathering rates. However, bumping up melee damage will not increase this amount. So that is the set amount for the Beelzebufos. However, if you head into the swamp cave, you don't have to worry about running out of cementing paste anytime soon because they're literally full of bugs. You will obviously need a pretty strong big boy, but like, look at that. Look at the amount of cementing paste you can get just from... This is just from the initial cave right here. Like, this is right here at the front. We haven't even gone into the cave yet. Obviously, we don't have... we're not taking any damage because we're on creative mode. But this is easily possible with not even a bred one. You don't even need a bred Beezle Bufo. You just need a relatively decent leveled one with a couple of level ups in it, and you'll easily be able to get thousands upon thousands of cementing paste from this cave. The real good thing is as well that they fit pretty much through the entirety of the cave, so you don't have to worry about getting off, cryoing it, throwing it back out and all that sort of stuff. But like, look at the cementing paste. The only issue you will probably have is if they decide to fly above you. Because the Beezle Bufo can only hit horizontally, you will need to try and angle yourself a little bit more effectively so that you can hit all the Mega Neuras that are flying around your head. Like, for example, climbing up a couple of the rocks and stuff like that. But, like, look at the cementing paste. And we've also got a crap ton of chitin from it. So, this guy's really effective at killing bugs and gathering their cementing paste because you can't look past this guy for cementing paste gathering. Now, each of his attacks have a different base amount of damage. You can see here our primary attack, which is the one where it shoots straight forward, only deals 240 damage, whereas his secondary attack deals 400 damage. Not that you can really see because we're killing a crap ton of Mega Neuras. But nonetheless, you can see here that the secondary attack does deal more damage. The swipe side to the left, right to left one does deal more damage. So you will want to try to utilize that attack a little bit more because obviously it deals more damage. The only issue is that it doesn't attack as far, but if you're in a close proximity to stuff, you won't need to worry. But like, look at this, guys. We've been in the cave for a couple of minutes, and look at how much cementing paste we've gotten. So these guys are hands down one of the best ways to gather cementing paste from insects, especially if you're on the island with the swamp cave, because you can get a crap ton of cementing paste from them. Now, like I said earlier, taming them is effective. You just knock them out. To feed them, all you need to feed them is regular kibble. And if you don't have any regular kibble, you then will want to use raw mud and prime meat and stuff like that. So a basic meat tame. Now, I also said these guys have the ability to jump, which makes them one of the faster creatures on the Ark because they can traverse the land more effectively. Do be careful because these guys will still take fall damage. They aren't as resistant as the Procoptodon when it comes to fall damage. So you will have to be a little bit hesitant and careful when it comes to jumping off large cliff sides and stuff like that. Otherwise, your Beezle Bufo may take a bit of a beating and die. Now, these guys can also swim underwater. Obviously, they're frogs, they're amphibious. Enables them to swim underwater. They do have a pretty decent move speed in the water. I'm just trying to find some deep enough water here to show you guys the swimming. All right, looks like we're not going to be able to swim here, which is wonderful. Hold on, here we go. You can see here. So they are pretty fast at swimming. Like if you're trying to get from somewhere to somewhere in the ocean and you don't really have any other mount, you can definitely take a frog. They don't have a oxygen meter or anything like that, so you can swim with them. They also don't utilize stamina while underwater, and you can still attack while underwater. You can only use you can use both attacks underwater, so your secondary attack is obviously the one that you will want to use, because that is the one that deals more damage. But yeah, guys, I'm pretty sure that covers it for the Beezle Bufo. As for his rolls, you can pretty much use him as a cementing paste gatherer. You can use him against other players because of the torpor-inducing effects that it does. There are better ways, though, I reckon, to deal torpor to any enemy players. So it's entirely up to you, but it is viable to use these guys to deal torpor. Just be careful if the enemy has turrets or anything like that, because these guys aren't really all that strong, but you can find really high tier saddles for these guys in drops, so it shouldn't be too hard for you to find a really decent saddle for these guys to dish out a crap ton of damage and soak a ton of damage from any sort of insects or enemy player attacks. But yeah, guys, that is going to sum up the Beezle Bufo for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe down below for more. But other than that, guys, I will catch you in the next one.